Yeah, good evening and welcome to the Game Day phone-in on talkSPORT. I'm your host, Jamie High. Alongside me, Chelsea superfan Rory Jennings is alongside me. Let's waste no time. Get straight over to North London. Massive game between our two sides. Spurs and Chelsea just kicked off. Will Hobbs watching for talkSPORT.
What a privilege it is to be here, Jamie. It's absolutely rocking, as you'd expect. This rivalry, like Batman versus the Joker, they love to hate each other, these two. It's rambunctious, it's feisty, there's always drama, always action, always Hollywood. And it started just like that. Kudus in midfield, dropping deeper, winning some challenges, and Caicedo bumping Pape Sarr early doors. It is absolutely bouncing. 0-0 so far for 2.5 minutes between Spurs and Chelsea.
Yeah, all the goals and big incidents as they happen throughout the next 2 hours. This show's by the fans, for the fans. Get involved. This is your show. 03 717 2233 44. Fulham coast past Wolves 3-0. Big result for them. Game over for Vitor Pereira. Surely, Wolves fans, you can't continue like this. Elsewhere, the Arsenal train rolls on. 7 wins in a row in all comps. No goals conceded. Another goal from a corner. I mean, it's just a joke, and no one can get near Arsenal right now. Is the title over? 03 717 2233 44. We've got EFL, FA Cup, and we keep you across the first Scottish League Cup semi-final between Motherwell and St Mirren. Paul Mitchell is at Hampden for us.
Just underway here, Jamie. It's been a very quiet start between two sides who are battling to reach the first final of the season. Rangers play Celtic here tomorrow, but for today, Hampden Park is all about Motherwell and St Mirren. Motherwell perhaps starting slight favourites. They've had the better of things in the league. They're 14 points compared to St Mirren's 10. The sides goalless when they met in August. Somebody's going to have to win it today. Motherwell and St Mirren from Hampden.
Yeah, big game up there. We'll keep you up to date. Keep you up to date with everything going on. But let's talk about football today. Big things happening all over the country. 03 717 2233 44. Right, Rory?
Yes, sir. How are you? How are you?
That's a nice poppy you've got on there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You can't try and get round me though with a compliment early. Sitting next to you watching this.
I know, it's painful.
I know, it's an honour. It's an honour to be on this station. It's an honour to be here with you. But in these circumstances, watching Chelsea take on Tottenham next to you, I mean, this is potentially a nightmare scenario, isn't it?
I mean, look, it's going to be a massive game. We're very lucky in this studio. People can't see it, but we have got an 80-inch TV.
Yeah, it's glorious.
And it is, it's hard and we'll try to not react when something happens. But what about the football today? Look,
That's
loads
brilliant,
to go at. Loads of football going on. Premier League, the Championship, Southampton, mate, they got beat again. We'll talk about them. Southampton fans are not happy. But Premier League action. Look, Man United, Nottingham Forest, 2-2. What did you make of that one?
Yeah, I don't think it's an ideal result at all for Manchester United. I think in the context, at one point they were losing the game. I imagine that when you're away from home playing a resurgent team with a new manager, getting a point on some levels okay. But I think what they're trying to do at the moment, like they're trying to keep it all moving. They're trying to establish themselves under Ruben Amorim.
Yeah.
I feel like it will feel like 2 points dropped.
You think?
Yeah, I do because I think as look, we know that Sean Dyche is a decent enough manager, but Forest are beatable and Manchester United are in a rich vein of form.
They could have gone second.
They could have got. At one point, at one point today, with the moving fixtures,
It's quite remarkable, really, when
second.
you think about it. They could have gone second.
I know, and that's why I think it will feel like a missed opportunity. It's not a bad point away at Forest. It's not a bad point at all. But I just think that Manchester United fans would have been hoping, 4 wins in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly it really is going well for Ruben Amorim if that happens.
When I look at the bottom of the table, all of a sudden, look, Burnley, they get beat today against an Arsenal side who are unbeatable at the minute. But there's 4 points already adrift between Nottingham Forest, who are 18th. West Ham are on 4 points. Yeah. They are in a bad play. Wolverhampton, they're on 2 points. They're gone.
Yeah, Wolves.
It already feels like there's a bit of a cut away.
Yeah, it does. It does. This is what happens. Like when people keep telling you how early it is in the season. People will keep telling you about who's going to win the league and the way that the title race is going. People keep saying, there's a long way to go and whatever. And you're like, yeah, there is. But we're over a quarter of the way through the season now. So the way that it looks, it is shaping up. And the fact that we've got West Ham United sitting just second from bottom. 4 points out of 9 games. Yeah, it does feel dodgy for them, really dodgy.
Yeah, it does. Right, you can have your say on that. Just to let you know as well, in the FA Cup, Wigan, Hemel Hempstead is going to go to penalties. Amazing result for Hemel so far. That is, I played against Hemel when I was Billericay manager. So
really,
them to be coming, seeing them play against Wigan. Fair play to the lads. But let's go to Indy. Is that Arsenal fan, Indy?
Hello, mate. You all right?
Hey! Indy. Big result for you boys. You're flying high. I might have to come to terms with it.
I love the way you introduced it earlier on about the train keeps going on. Can you just introduce Arsenal whenever we win like that?
No.
And go on. You love it. You love it. It was great hearing it from you. Seriously.
Yeah, I didn't see anything other than that today though. 1-0, 2-0. Burnley. They ain't on the level of Arsenal. They can't compete with them right now.
They were out Burnleyed. I think Arsenal out Burnleyed Burnley. Arsenal are that now, aren't they? I mean this in a really complimentary way, Indy. I mean it totally genuinely. I'm saying this with positivity. But you are a modern day crazy gang. You're a modern day Burnley. You are what? Set pieces, and there's nothing wrong with that. Long throws into the box, nothing wrong with that. Big target man, battering ram centre forward. You are the modern day crazy gang with a little bit more silk and beauty.
Solid at the back.
Very solid at the back, no doubt. I mean, it's becoming a real conversation now, isn't it?
I think that's what's going to be getting into everyone's heads, that they can't get one in them against us. And if they get one, you better hold on to that because you ain't going to get any more against us.
Mm. Well, that's what it does feel like that at the moment. It's another clean sheet.
The recruitment's been brilliant. The bar is so high, just most probably in training too, that these players, what we've had for the last couple of years, are finding different levels because they want to start. Well, you know what the bar is now. You look left or right. There's no one in just to make up the numbers. We've got quality. We've got quality through and through, and loads of people have said it now. We've always got the best squad in Europe.
You haven't got the best squad in Europe.
What is that, Tottenham?
No, but I keep saying, look, you're the best performing team in England right now. You're not blowing me away, but you're solid, and you're keeping clean sheets. And fair play to Arsenal. They're doing a great job at it. But, everyone's saying, we got the best team in Europe. We're the best team in Europe. Come on, let's calm down a little bit.
You know what, though, Jamie? You can't get a shot against them. 3 of the last 4 Premier League games, nobody's even had a shot on target against them.
That is outrageous.
I think we only had 1 shot on target against us in October, and that was in Nketiah's mild header.
Yeah.
That counted, but, yeah.
Do you think, Indy, is there a way? You know all this talk about the ridiculous achievement of Jose Mourinho's Chelsea 20 years ago when we conceded 15 goals that season. It feels, I believe that record will stand strong. But it does feel like it's in a slight amount of jeopardy. Do you think you could do that?
I think we can reassess that mostly in about another month's time. Right now, yeah, we're on the way there, but quickly things can change. You can concede a couple of goals in a game. I don't think we will concede a couple of goals in a game, but yeah, no, I reckon that record's there to be taken too.
They're on track to actually break.
They're one clean sheet short. I think it's 11. We had three goals conceded in 11. Is what we were up to.
They're on track,
and they're 10. They're 3 and 10, so they're one.
The best part is that they're keeping the clean sheets, and then just every so often a guy from Brazil comes up and just bang pops in another one.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's not just sitting back.
Stoke Newington FC, isn't it?
Sorry,
Stoke Newington FC. What we should call
it.
Yeah. Indy, thanks for your call. Let's go to Rich. He's Arsenal fan. Rich.
How's it going, Jamie? All right.
I'm all right, Rich. How are you? Is this Heathrow, Rich?
Yeah.
Why have we changed your name? What's happened?
I don't know. I haven't changed my name. He never even asked me. He never even asked me my name.
Heathrow, what's going on? How you been? I ain't heard from you.
No. Well, you know how I felt about football and stuff, but for weeks and months I've been listening to you. I mean, I'm used to it from you. I don't know who the ice cream you've got with you is today. But what I know is from Chelsea started the original bus. How he can call Arsenal the original anything, right? I find it difficult to believe. Chelsea were the worst.
It's called you a modern-day crazy gang.
Modern-day crazy gang. So what were Chelsea?
I'm not saying it in a negative way. There's nothing wrong with defensive solidity. It's not an insult, mate. It's a great thing. It's a great thing to be.
Listen, mate. Right, for 10 years, right, we had Arsene Wenger. I know we were the Invincibles and so on and so forth, but for years, right, our football was, we might as well have Snow White, because we had the other seven dwarfs playing around our back four and in our midfield. We were useless. We couldn't defend. And for the last 2 years, if you look at our record against the top teams we played, they haven't been able to beat us. But when we've gone to lower teams like West Ham and Fulham, and they played the low block against us, all Arteta has done is reversed it. So we can have it either way. You ain't going to bully us no more because we got the land of the giants, right? No one's gonna bully us anymore, right? We defend from the front to the back. The other night, the first goal we scored, that was a thing of beauty. I never heard a word about that. But you mentioned that that we've scored another goal from a set piece. The fact of the matter is that we found a way, instead of all that tippy-tappy rubbish that we were playing, which wasn't getting us anywhere against teams that played the low block. And we were getting beat by teams that shouldn't have beaten us. Look at our record against the low block teams and against the top 5 teams. We didn't lose against them, but that's where we lost the championship.
You are quite boring to watch, though, aren't you, Heathrow, though? That's the problem. And fair play to you. You're probably going to end up winning the league. It's boring, though, isn't it? I'd rather watch Brighton. At least they pass it about.
That's your prerogative. I mean, we had 2 seasons of you with Jose Mourinho and the other one, whatever his name was.
Conte.
And then you had and then you had Postecoglou. No, Postecoglou, at least... Yeah, he just tried to play football. But the other one that got the sack, I can't remember his name, the Italian, right?
Why are you talking about Spurs? Why are you talking about Spurs?
Because you're saying we're boring to watch. And what I'm saying is we will play any type of football you want. We will play football with you, or we found a way to bypass the low block.
I see, but unbearable already.
Yeah.
Unbearable already.
No, it's going to get a lot worse, isn't it?
No, you are, mate. You're unbearable. You've started... Last time I spoke to you, you was all right, but you said you didn't even like football anymore. You said you was tuning off. You didn't want to watch it. Now you're coming in here giving it
a few wins and a few clean sheets. Then he's on the blower again.
No, that's not. I'm not talking about what Arsenal are going to do. What I'm saying is, look, VAR and all the other rubbish that's gone on, and the goals and that, it's made it very difficult to watch football. And you're watching sometimes 110 minutes of absolute rubbish. And I will admit, when we were playing Man City, I couldn't watch it. And there's been other games that I couldn't watch. But I couldn't watch the tippy-tappy stuff that we were playing and getting nowhere and getting beat. It's not about what Arsenal, how great we are now and how unbeatable we are now and how many clean sheets we've actually kept. It's not about that. It's about the criticism I'm getting from my screens. Listen to that supported Chelsea. I can't have it.
Yeah.
Although you are quite a one-dimensional, boring team. But it was a great speech. It was a great monologue. I thoroughly enjoyed every word of that. But you are quite a one-dimensional, boring side to watch. There's no insult in that. Boring can be effective. But you aren't a particularly enthralling watch, are you?
Well, I want to win the league. More than the league, I want to win the Champions League. And I don't care how we do it as long as we do it. Job done.
Yeah, we'll see. Heathrow, good to speak to you again, mate. Let's check in with Chris Hull. He's watching penalties between Hemel Hempstead and Wigan.
Yeah, Jamie, Wigan 1, Hemel Hempstead 1 after extra time. And Noel Williams has just slotted home. He needed to for Hemel Hempstead. That makes it 4-3 to Wigan because Adebayo Aziz missed his penalty. He came up second for Hemel Hempstead. Wigan have got 100% penalties so far. Hemel Hempstead have just missed the one, and we have the opportunity now for Morgan Fox of Wigan to send the Latics and the 2013 FA Cup winners into the second round after heroic performance from Hemel Hempstead. It's there. Wigan are through to the second round. Much relief around this stadium here at Wigan Athletic. There have been boos throughout the afternoon. The Wigan fans have not been happy because Hemel Hempstead were the better side for lots of this afternoon. But it's heroic from Hemel Hempstead, but Wigan are through. It's Wigan 1, Hemel Hempstead 1 after extra time, but Wigan win 5-3 on penalties, Jamie.
Right, thanks, Chris. Unlucky to Hemel Hempstead. Hell of an effort from them. Big game happening, 5:30 kickoff. Let's get an update. Will Hobbs.
16 minutes gone at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Tottenham 0, Chelsea 0. The edge is already unmissable. A bit extra is being left in pretty much every challenge. And a blow for Spurs. Lucas Bergvall after 5 minutes. He picked up what looked to be a head injury and had to come off for Xavi Simons. So Simons is on. He was benched after starting pretty much every game. And then he comes on after 5 minutes. No real shots of note. Cucurella's shot was blocked on the edge of the D. Chelsea have had a couple of corners, but the challenges are what we're talking about. This is some drizzle that's slickened up the pitch. It's a quick game, it's a feisty game, lots of high press, no real chances created as yet. 16 minutes gone, it's Tottenham 0, Chelsea 0.
Oh, it's getting a bit
Proper,
tasty.
isn't it? Proper London derby, this.
Yeah, me and you just have it out. Right,
My money's on you, that's a problem.
Right, get your calls in. You want to have your say on today's football, you know what to do. 03717 223333. Let's take a look at the latest odds in that 5:30 game, all thanks to Betfair.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
There's currently Tottenham 0, Chelsea 0. Spurs to win is 9-4. The draw is 9-4, and Chelsea to win is 6-5. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Right, get your calls in, have your say. 03717 223334. Yeah, you're listening to GameDay Phone In on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hire, and Rory Jennings taking your calls. 03717 223344. Loads to go at. Nottingham Forest, though, drew 2-2 with Manchester United. Our man Frank, he's still in the frame. If you're watching us on YouTube, the man with the big afro haircut. Yeah, it goes back to zero.
Back to zero. He's got to start again.
Start all over again, son.
It is going to be enormous, isn't it? Like his hair. Because the thing is, he's set the bar so high. 5 games in a row. Winning 5 games in a row for anyone is really impressive.
Well, it's champion.
You win the league.
Like form, yeah? So to do 5, he must have.
Yeah, he's gone in heavy, hasn't he?
I don't know. I think he probably enjoys it, right? He probably don't want it to end.
Yeah, no, he's become relatively famous, hasn't he? I saw him in an advert. Like he seems to be about, but ultimately it's gonna wear thin, isn't it? Because he's gonna want a haircut fairly soon. Well, I just don't think he's gonna.
His hair's not gonna wear thin.
No, that's true. No.
Talking of Man United, let's go to Abdul. He's a Man United fan. Abdul.
Hey guys, what's up, man? You alright?
I'm alright, Abdul. How are you feeling after that 2-2? Happy?
Yeah, man. Listen, defensively we were a mess because we played 9 games now, right? Just 1 clean sheet, right? That's bad. That's not good enough, honestly. And you can have all the quality going forward, but you guys are speaking about Arsenal there. I'm not trying to compare us with Arsenal, but defensively, I'm not really happy. You know, we've got a lot of apparent leaders in that team. Look Shaw, Delay, and the rest, but he just looks like a shambles defensively. You know, 1 ball in the box and is over. You know.
You did have some good moments during the game, though, and had you won it, you'd have been up to 2nd in the league. There's at least something for you to be happy about, isn't there? There's something for you to rest to believe in. And you think about the quality of the goals as well, like that ridiculous Milenkovic clearance towards the end of the game. If that hits the back of the net, you're on cloud 9 now.
I always said that we're good because we've got quality players on our side. So going forward, it's not an issue. It's all about confidence. You know, once we got that confidence back, we've won 3 on the bounce. The players are happy. You know, we're going to score goals. But like I said, defensively, we're just a mess. And hopefully, we can get some reinforcements. Also, want to talk about the midfield as well. Casemiro today, good first half. Second half, legs gone. We saw a player, Elliot Anderson today for Forest.
Yeah.
Man of the match, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we need a player like that alongside Bruno Fernandes and also a left wing back as well. Dallo, honestly, it's like playing 10 men. That's how it feels.
Yeah, I think both your fullbacks are a problem. Obviously, Amad Diallo will go down. He'll be favoured in when people talk about the game because of the quality of goal that he scored. But ultimately, the 2 fullbacks didn't do you any favours, I don't think.
I think if you play a 3 at back, your full back should be creating, because look at today, Sesko played the full 90 minutes. We didn't create 1 chance for him. You know, it's really frustrating setting sides. But like I said, like you said, there are good improvements in our team, and I'm happy about that. Hopefully, we can keep on improving. But yeah, I think the draw was fair. I think for today.
It was fair because, by the way, the goal that Casemiro scored from the corner, it wasn't a corner. The ball didn't go out of play.
Jamie.
The ball didn't go. The ball didn't go out.
Jamie's not doing his Jamie thing. He's bang on here. I promise you.
The lino's made a terrible call. He's miles away from it, and he's called it out. It wasn't a corner.
I've got a question. Do you think VAR should be able to intervene in areas like that?
I think the referee and the linesman should just get it right to begin with.
It's very difficult, because it seemed like it didn't. So I understand where the ref is coming from, because you don't want it to be a corner, so it's not a corner. So it could go both ways. Listen, luck is successful in life and football. You need luck sometimes, and we got luck today. And I think going forward, I don't believe we need to improve defensively. We're conceding too many goals, in my opinion.
Abdul, we're going to hear from Nottingham Forest now. They weren't too happy with United's first goal. Let's hear what Sean Dyche had to say.
Assistant referee is giving it from like 75 yards away, behind the view of a goal, by the way, the goal nets, and apparently can see it. And then even worse is after that, and we all know the rules about the ball, because if it goes 1 millimetre, it's not in the goal. The buzzer doesn't go, so therefore it's not a goal. Well, you can clearly see the ball is hanging over the line. Now, whether it's 3/4 out or not is irrelevant. The fact is it's not out. And that's really, really disappointing for us, of course. Particularly a lot of noise about corners and all that sort of stuff. I'm bound to be disappointed with that. How wouldn't you be? And then deciding to give it to the attacking team. Look, I can't work it out. You know, these two in 2 weeks is farcical to me. You might get one a season that's a bit like that, but not 2 in 2 weeks. And even worse, just to cap it off, is I've been watching football while I've been out. I can see them stand 70 yards away and see the ball's not in the quadrant. You know, they take corners. Everyone just takes it where they want. And yet they say, well, the ball's hanging over the grass, you know, like that. So therefore it's the same thing. Don't give it. Just don't give it. Not when you can't see it.
Yeah, Sean Dyche weren't happy. And he's right.
He's got a point.
I don't know how you deal with that, whether VAR do come and start getting involved. Do you want to see him get involved in corners? I don't know.
Are we not making a mistake, Jamie? You know, we've just done it there. The chap that we were on the phone to did exactly the same thing. We immediately talk about VAR. Should our first port of call not be, can we ask the referees to make correct decisions? Like Sean Dyche touched on it there. It was incredibly basic and incredibly obvious. Why on earth hasn't it been awarded in the correct way to begin with? Let's not worry about VAR rectifying a bad decision. Let's just nullify the bad decision.
Well, the Lino guesses, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The Lino guesses, and, you know, he's miles away from it. He's on the other side of the pitch, and he's guessed and said it's gone out. How you can see that, I don't know, through bodies. I just said, look, what I would say is, Nottingham Forest, all right, it's a corner, but defend the corner.
Yeah, you've got to then defend the corner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The buck then stops with Forest defending.
You know, it's not like he's gone through on goal and the ball's gone out and the game's carried on. It's the ball stopped. They've got a corner. You've got back in. Defend the corner.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you can argue about whether it is or not, but you know the set
you can't
piece,
give Casemiro a free header.
Yeah, you've got a free header in the 6-yard box, so that's on you. There's been a goal in the League Cup semi-final at Hampden Park. Paul Mitchell.
It's Motherwell 0, St Mirren 1. It had been all Motherwell for the first 20 minutes or so. They'd had the better of the chances, but St Mirren broke. They won a corner. Motherwell thought there should have been a free kick inside the opposition half. It didn't come, and from the corner, flicked on by Alex Gogic, fell to Mikael Mandron, and the man who scored in the quarter-final made absolutely no mistake from 7 yards in the semi-final. At Hampden Park, it's Motherwell 0, St Mirren 1.
Okay, get your calls in on the Game Day phone in. We'll give you an update on the 5:30 game between Tottenham and Chelsea. It is 0-0 right now. 03717 223344. You're listening to the Game Day phone in. Me, Jamie Hart, and the one and only Rory Jennings. A reminder of today's Premier League results. Crystal Palace, they won 2-0 against Brentford. Nottingham Forest 2-2 with Manchester United. Burnley, they lost 2-0 at home to Arsenal. Brighton won 3-0 against Leeds. That's a big result for them. And Fulham, wow, they won 3-0 against Wolves. I don't know what on earth is going on at Wolves Football Club. It's currently 0-0 between Tottenham and Chelsea. Some big moments. Let's get an update, Will Hobbs.
It's bubbling nicely, as you say, Jamie. Spurs 0, Chelsea 0 after 33 minutes, and it kicked into life a couple of minutes ago because an error from Spurs allowed João Pedro to go clean through, but all he could do was slam it straight down the throat of Vicario, who saved with his feet. Danso then surged forward for Tottenham, making room for Kudus, but his shot from the edge of the box flashed over the bar. Before that, few clear-cut chances. Reece James with a long shot, Garnacho with a blocked effort, but there have been challenges galore as Garnacho is on the edge of the box now, and he dips inside, but he's well marshalled by Papiss Sarr. Papiss Sarr has been on the end of a number of challenges. He's put his shoulder into a couple of challenges as well. The other thing to note, Lucas Bergvall had to go off after 5 minutes for what we think was a head injury. Xavi Simons came on for him. Still 0-0 between Spurs and Chelsea after nearly 34 minutes. But Caicedo's in here. Caicedo down the middle. He squares it to Pedro. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. And Pedro wheels away in celebration. It was earned by the high press from Caicedo. Spurs lacking at the back. Vicario's not happy. He's winding up his defence. No complaints to the referee, but Caicedo making the goal for João Pedro, who's put Chelsea ahead. It's Chelsea 1, Spurs 0 after 34 minutes, Jamie.
What on earth are Tottenham doing at the back?
There we go, lovely.
An absolute shambles.
Normal service is resumed. Chelsea go 1-0 up when playing Tottenham.
Honestly, it's a joke how we defend that. Defending from the back. The way, the kitten, oh my God, don't get me started on Jed Spence.
It was a gift.
Simmons,
it was a gift. It's exactly what we needed, you know, because it was tight, wasn't it? There was nothing really going on. It was all a little bit bitty. But look, we've just wanted it a bit more. Won the 50-50 there. God, you had such an opportunity to clear it. Simmons again.
Xavi Simons.
Caicedo does so well.
I'm sick to death of Xavi.
Get in.
I'm sick to death of Xavi Simons. He come on. He didn't start.
He's been on for 5 minutes.
No, it's Xavi Simons gives the ball. Van der Ven gives him a pass. He gives it back to him. Soft, short. Caicedo nicks it off him. Xavi Simons, I'm sick of him. Honestly, he's come on for Bergvall after 5 minutes. And he's like playing with 10 men. He's like playing with 10 men.
Fantastic.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of him.
It's just standard, isn't it?
£60 million we've played for a player, and he's bang average. Gives the ball away for fun.
Have you just come to expect this now? Like, you know, when you play against us, do you just expect to lose?
Thomas Frank's fuming.
Look at that. That is exactly what we need.
I'll take Xavi Simons off.
He's been on about 10 minutes.
Honestly, it's like playing with 10 men. He gives the ball away every time he gets to it.
Thomas Frank's just booted the bottle. I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, he's lost his head. Because
Thomas Frank's livid.
It's shocking defending that.
There we go. Fantastic news. Chelsea 1-0 up at White Hart Lane. In other news, water is wet.
We're going to do a half-time phone-in on that game, by the way. So, I mean, if you are in the car or you're watching it and you're listening to talkSPORT and you've got the game on as well, you want to have your say at half-time, we'll do that 3:15, 717-223344. I'm seething with that goal. That is a bad goal to give away. Anyway, let's get back to some football. Jack, Nottingham Forest fan, has phoned us. Jack, you weren't happy. You see the result today, but the talking point from this game is obviously going to be the corner.
Yeah, I don't really understand what VAR is actually in for if it can't stop the clear and obvious errors. But I also agree with what Rory was saying. The referees have to. It's really easy. The ball did not go out, and it was a pure guess from the linesman. I think Forest deserved, in my opinion, obviously I'm a bit biased, but I thought we gave Man United a real good game today, and we shouldn't have conceded. Yes, you can say you've got to defend the corner, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't have to defend the corner. It's clear and obvious that the ball didn't go out, and the goal came directly from the corner.
Look, I can't disagree with what you're saying, but defend the corner. You know, like if the ball doesn't go out of play and you carry on and the game carries on and you go through one-on-one, and I can understand, you know, then I can say, all right, there's an argument. But the ball's dead, all right? You get a corner from it. Man United get the corner from it and they score. Defend the set piece.
I think with the importance of set pieces in today's game, though, Jamie, I mean, you look at Arsenal. their conversion rate from set pieces and corners and free kicks is up there with penalties. You know, it's such an important part of the game nowadays. And Forest this season, it's probably been our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
And as fans, we feel nervous when we're defending. So the players must feel that. Therefore, the players are going to be nervous every time we get a corner. That shouldn't have happened, though. Yes, from a footballing sense, yes, defend the corner, get it out. But
do you know what though, Jack? And I do completely understand, by the way, and I back your corner. It wasn't a corner. It was bang out of order that it was given, and ultimately you've paid the price for something that shouldn't have happened. However, we've been quite moany on this call. Ultimately, you've got to be quite happy with a point, considering the trajectory that you're on, considering that you're sitting in the relegation zone. To get a point against an informed Manchester United team when you were losing in the game, it's actually quite a good point, and you've got to be fairly happy with the impact of Dyche.
Yeah, I like it, Rory. Let's spin it positive. I am actually quite happy with the impact he's had. I mean, his first game against Porto was absolutely buzzing. Bournemouth last week, I think any Forest fan will tell you, we make Bournemouth look like Barcelona when we play them. They are a very good team, but we just can't. I don't think we've beat them in 10 years. We looked at the starting 11 last time we beat Bournemouth. There were some absolute howler players in there to where we are today. But no, I think, Man United probably one of the most informed teams in the league at the minute. We went 1-0 down and came back, which is actually quite rare for us to do as well. At half-time, 1-0 down, I was in my group chats and people were saying Forest never come back from 1-0 down, and then in the 50th minute it was 2-1. I thought Gibbs-White was much better today, Hudson-Odoi, Anderson, they were all at it. It was. You take a point against Man United in the form that they're in. It's just frustrating in the manner that we conceded that first goal because we can't defend set pieces, but we shouldn't have had to.
All right. Jack, thanks for the call. Let's go to Jamie, who's a Man United fan. Jamie? Jamie?
Yes, boys. How's it going?
I'm all right, Jamie. How are you feeling with that today? I know you're probably disappointed a draw, but I don't know. It feels like it's a bit better for Man United at the moment.
Yeah. Listen, United are where they're at. Do you know what I mean? There's no point debating if we're good or we're not Man United, but we're trying. But what I want to point out is so this is my first away game in like 10 years. I think the last game I went to about maybe 9-10 years ago against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and the atmosphere in the United end was top tier. I used to go United away games all the time. I'd see maybe 200 faces in there that I'd recognise and I'd let on to. And
I know exactly what you're about to say here, Jamie. I think it's not only a Man United problem.
I went today, and the landscape of the fan base has changed like drastically. It was mad confused. My pal that I was in with, he said, "Oh yeah, it's not the same anymore, mate." I said, "Where is everyone? What's happened to them?" And what I wonder is, where are they getting the tickets from? Who's giving these?
What do you mean, though? What do you mean?
Like,
what's changed?
They must be corporate, or where are they getting the tickets from? Because I'm seeing Reds on X.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get a ticket for Forest. You see these people they're filming and they're blogging and all that. I'm thinking this is a mad scenario.
I know, it's these bloody YouTubers. That's what it is.
You can
talk them. I'm sick of them.
Let them do what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
No, do you know what though, Jamie? Your point is good. There is definitely a problem, and ultimately, what comes from this? It's an over-sanitised stadium, isn't it? You end up with a more sanitised stadium. United away following, and you're talking about 10 years ago. I would have probably been in the home end when you were talking about the away end. United's away ends, even half a decade ago, were exceptional. I remember you beat us in the cup, and you were singing that song to the Stone Roses. You know about Marcus Rashford being Manc born and bred and all that. It was an incredible away end, and I think that there is a problem in football. Ticket prices is certainly part of it. But also these ticket selling websites that allow people to get tickets who aren't necessarily the most loyal and deserving.
It is beyond there's people that have season tickets and they've had them for 20 years and not getting away tickets. And these people, day trippers, are coming and getting tickets. I just don't understand. understand how they get the power to get a ticket.
Okay.
It's
All right.
madness.
Look, James, that's obviously an issue that they need to sort out. But potentially, I don't know where that's coming from. But there's a goal at Hampden. Paul Mitchell.
Motherwell 0, St Mirren 2. St Mirren have had 2 chances in this League Cup semi-final. They've taken them both. Michael Mandron, after 25 minutes, had them 1 up. But Dan Lundulu, the former Southampton player, pounced on the ball at the edge of the box, just inside the D. It fell to him. He swiveled and he turned and he hammered it past Callum Ward. St Mirren, well, they're winning this one fairly easily, 2-0. Motherwell are playing the better, but you take your chances, you get ahead. Motherwell 0, St Mirren 2.
Yeah, big chance for Chelsea as well. They've just missed another big opportunity. Let's hear from Man United manager Ruben Amorim, who is ruining an awful start to the second half.
It was a fun game for the fans, but we could take 5 minutes from that game. Should be better. We lost control for 5 minutes. That is enough in Premier League to lose control of the result and the game. But if you compare from last season, the ability of controlling the emotions, to understand that the game has a lot of time to be played and we can overcome these kind of moments is a good thing. We did some things right. We play quite well, but I think we drop a little bit the energy. And that is something that when you play away, you need to be really strong to maintain the same level of energy. But we tried everything, not playing well all the time, but we try and we work really hard during the week. And I can see the effort of my players, and that is a good thing to try to recover these 2 points in another stadium.
Is there anything?
Yeah, Ruben Amorim speaking after the game. Let's go. Can we go to Greg before the break and have a quick chat with Greg? He's a Man United fan.
Hi, yeah.
All right, Greg.
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Happy with that performance, the result?
Sort of. I mean, I was obviously hoping we'd get a late winner. I was a bit unlucky not to get the winner at the end. But the main thing, I've been listening to the conversation. I don't understand how you can categorically say that the ball didn't go out. Did you watch the game?
I've seen the game.
Yes.
Yeah, we watched the game.
Yeah, you watched the game. So you've seen pictures where that ball definitely went out, stayed in. Sorry.
Yeah, completely.
The ball's
100%, non-negotiably.
Yeah,
in.
There's no.
Well, I watched the game and they showed replays of it, and I thought it was out.
What do you mean?
And the commentator on the game that I saw, the one guy, he said it did go out.
But the ball weren't out. You can clearly see the ball's not out.
It sounds like whatever commentator you were listening to has made a pig's ear of it. I guarantee. We were watching it. We were on a feed. We've seen it over and over again. There's absolutely no conversation about this.
You show me a still of that ball.
What do you mean?
I would if I knew you.
What you want, Greg? Greg, what you want about, mate? There are still images. The still images are there. Everyone's talking about it.
Seen the video.
Like, you can see it. You can see the ball's not fully out.
Well, I saw it, and they showed replays, and
Can you see?
I'm looking at it now. I'm literally looking at a photo of it right now. It's 100% in.
Greg, the whole ball's got to be out. Greg.
You send me a full picture of that then, because I haven't seen
We're
it.
going to send
Greg, I don't know you.
I ain't got your WhatsApp, Greg. We're not going to send you a pic. Like, the ball's not out.
All right, listen to me, right? Listen to me. Sean Dyche was moaning about that. I mean, they didn't defend it properly anyway. But also, if you saw the game, did you see the corner they were given? They shouldn't have had it come off the Forest player. Did you see that?
I mean, I can't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is what I'm saying. They had a corner.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
Well, they had a corner when they shouldn't have had a corner, but they didn't score from it. Yeah. So you've got to be fair about this.
I think you've got to be fair about this. You've scored a goal from a corner that shouldn't have been given. Like, there's nothing wrong with it from your perspective. You should go, look, this is what happens in football. On some level, from your perspective, it makes it sweeter. But what you can't do is actually try and protest that it was in.
No, but don't dismiss what I've said. They had a corner when they shouldn't have had a corner also.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it right, though. Do you know?
Well, I'm not saying it makes it right, but if they'd scored from that, there wouldn't really be a discussion, though, would there?
No, but
it was equal. It was just that they weren't capable of scoring from their corner.
The discussion is that the referee's made a call on the ball being out when it weren't out, and he's miles away. So that's what that's the problem. And they asked the question: can VAR intervene in that? I don't know.
Since football started, that's been happening. You're talking about. I mean, if these sort of things have been happening, I've been watching football for 50 years, and the same things have been happening time and time again.
Yeah.
But like 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't really that much of a talking point. But it seems to be a narrative now where every little error is picked up on. I mean, you say the referee's guessing. The guessing is taking place in every single solitary game. There's throw-ins where there's no way the linesman or the ref could possibly have seen it.
No, I understand when there's like close calls. I get that.
Which way should we give it? Oh, yeah, we give it to them. Yeah. Or, they're taking guesses all the time. But I watched that footage, and the ball was out as far as I could see.
Well, Greg, you need to go to Specsavers, mate. Thanks for your call. Keep your calls coming in. We're going to do a half-time phone-in on the Tottenham-Chelsea game. There is a lot going on, and it all kicked off as well, and people are not happy. I don't know what's going on here. Reece James is not happy.
Reece James fuming. He got badly fouled by Bentancur. It looked like Bentancur could have potentially gone off. He went over the top. The studs were showing. Bentancur's been booked. But there is some edge and spice in this game, just as we like it.
You get sent off for that.
Yeah, definitely.
If that's a Chelsea player, I reckon he probably goes.
Yeah, so it's a bad.
Bentancur's got away with one there. If you are listening to talkSPORT and you want to talk about Tottenham Chelsea, we'll do a little half-time phone-in next. 03 717 22 33 Yeah, you're listening to Game Day Phone In with me, Jamie O'Hara and Rory Jennings. Get your calls in, 03 717 22 33 44. It's half time now at Hampden first. Paul Mitchell.
Motherwell 0, St Mirren 2. The sides have met in 5 Knockout League Cup ties. St Mirren have won 4, likely to be 5 given the half-time situation. But Motherwell started so brightly they had the majority of the chances. The goals from Miko Mandron and Dan Lundulo before the half of St Mirren leading at Hampden by 2-0.
Right, and the whistle has just gone at Spurs. Will Hobbs.
Spurs 0, Chelsea 1 at half-time. It was João Pedro ending his 8-game goal drought after 34 minutes. A poor pass from Xavi Simons facing his own goal. Van der Ven got it burgled off him by Caicedo, who squared it to João Pedro for an open goal tap-in. João Pedro should have scored 10 minutes earlier when another sloppy Spurs error put him clean through, but he smashed it straight at Vicario. Then just before half-time, he forced Vicario into another excellent save. Chelsea looking that bit sharper and more cohesive, and Spurs have looked increasingly deflated, but they produced their one big chance moments before the break when Kudus' shot was palmed away by the impressive Sanchez, who crucially so far has commanded the box from set pieces. The fans at Spurs aren't happy with the referee and with Xavi Simons. Dropped to the bench for this one, but called into the team after 6 minutes when Lucas Bergvall was forced off with what we think was a head injury. Jared Gillett is determined not to book anyone. He's just booked Bentancur for a late challenge on Caicedo. You can sense this game is likely not finishing 11 v 11. Half-time, Spurs 0, Chelsea 1.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Yeah, let's get the latest odds in that 5:30 game. All thanks to Betfair. It is currently 1-0 to Chelsea. Spurs to win is 8-1. The draw is 16-5. And Chelsea to win is 11-4 on. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus began with it.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Rory, let's talk about the first half. What did you make of the performance from your side, Chelsea? Before I get on about Xavi.
Oh, I think we've been good. I think we've been good. I can only really think of one meaningful attack from Tottenham. And when you think about our Achilles heel, where we're not particularly good, we've got a lot of good players, that can score goals, but we have a vulnerability in Achilles heel at the back. The fact that it's taken you until like the 46th minute to have a meaningful attack is testament to us playing very well, keeping it sure, keeping hold of the ball. I think we've certainly had more of the ball than you, and we've had decent chances. We've had decent chances. So no, I'm over the moon, really. Over the moon.
I'm disappointed with Spurs first half. Again, look, I knew this was going to be a tough game because of how we play against Chelsea. But the goal we concede is an absolute shambles. The fact that we give the ball away 3 times before Caicedo gets it and nicks it off Van der Ven. Spence does it first. Then Xavi Simons leaves Van der Ven short with a pass. And then Van der Ven gives it away. Caicedo gets in, and Caicedo does what he does. He's great at anticipating stuff. But Xavi Simons, for me, in the first half, he come on. I consider taking him off. He comes on for Bergvall, and he is absolutely miles off it. He's miles off it. And we can keep sitting here and saying, oh, he's going to come good. Oh, we've got to give him time. Oh, he's a new signing. Oh, he's not getting a ball and making... Every time he gets the ball, he gives it away. He's not sharp. He's not quick. He gets the ball runs away from him. He is like a rabbit in the headlights. It's like we've put an academy player who's 15 on the pitch who ain't good enough to play in the academy. And he's playing for the first team.
And do you know what, Jamie? He's so lightweight. He's so lightweight. Like, it's nothing to do with him being short or light. It's just he's so easily dismissed off the ball. Like we've seen loads of diminutive footballers dominate games. Luka Modric was a very small man, would dominate games. David Silva, very small man, dominate games. Juan Mata, very small man, dominate games. Xavi Simons just looks so lightweight. And I've not really seen anything about it. But do you know what is the exact opposite of that? Everything that you've said about Simons, the opposite is true of Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo today, you look at that goal, he wins the ball twice when it's never his ball. It's 80-20 in a Tottenham player's favour, he wins it. Then he wins it again, then he puts it on a plate for João Pedro. I mean, Moises Caicedo is undoubtedly world-class, and if anybody doesn't believe that, watch the first 45 minutes of this game.
He is world class.
He is.
I think him and
absolutely bossed it. Absolutely bossed it.
Him and Declan Rice are two best midfielders in the country. But look, it's a bad first half for Tottenham. You want to know if you're saying that, if you are a Tottenham or a Chelsea fan, you can give us a call, 03 717 22 33 44. What Chelsea in terms of what they do now? But shut up shop a little bit?
No, go for the jugular. We're not a good enough defence to do that. We've got to go for the jugular.
Yeah.
Go 2-0 up and then keep it steady. Go 2-0 up and you can then start thinking of potentially making slightly more defensive substitutions. But what you cannot do is invite the pressure on at White Hart Lane. You just can't do that.
Spurs don't even look like scoring.
What do you do? Just I don't really know what you can do. I don't really know how you can change it. Like Kolo Muani barely been involved, has he?
I'll take Javi Simmons off.
What, sub the sub?
I'd sub a sub. I'd get him off.
It's a statement, no, Jamie. If you start doing that, it's a statement to him, isn't it?
I know, but, you can't have passengers in a game like this. Do you know what I mean? You can't have a passenger.
No.
I thought, like sometimes, I said to you, didn't I? I said, when he come on for Bergville, I thought, it might work, it might play in his hands. No pressure because he's not been thinking about starting. But then he's called upon early doors and he goes out there and you can play with a bit of freedom. You've been a bit, nonchalant in a warm-up because you think you're on the bench. And all of a sudden, bang. No. I've seen an even worse performance from him in the first half. He's offered absolutely nothing. He is one of our worst players we've had this season by a long shot. And we can keep protecting him and keep saying, he's going to come good. I'm seeing nothing from him right now. He's been so poor. And we need to do something about it because at the moment it's looking like we're going to get beat again. It's been a poor first half from Spurs. You can have your say on that. Let's hear from Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta following another clean sheet for his team.
Yes, for sure, because it's extremely difficult to do it, and especially in this league. But we need to maintain it. We need to recognize the things that we're doing so well to get to this point and to improve it still. And if we do that, I think we can do better.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta is obviously on fire at the moment. They've gone 686 minutes without conceding a goal.
I mean, it's a bit painful. And it's actually newsworthy now. We actually discuss it if someone has a shot. If someone has a shot on target against Arsenal, we talk about that. Like, we usually talk about teams conceding goals, not teams conceding shots. Yeah. It's worrying, isn't it, Jamie? Do you know what we're going to have to start doing, you and I together, I think? Like actually rationalise, like have some sort of therapeutic session where we can rationalise what we're going to do when Arsenal win major silverware. It's going to be a horrible world, but it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it does look like it's going to happen. Let's go to Ben. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Ben. Hey! Woo! Ben?
Hello?
All right, Ben.
How you doing, you all right?
I'm all right, Ben. Yeah, you happy at the moment?
Yeah, really happy. Very satisfied with what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's just so solid. It's just no one can score against us.
I mean, I think the thing is that obviously Wenger had a 15-year period of playing attractive football but not winning, and that was an issue. And now that we're playing unattractive football but winning, that's also an issue. It's almost like pick your poison.
No, I don't think it's an issue. I mean, we can talk about it, and Jamie and I have explored it, but I don't think anybody said that it's an issue. You have no responsibility to entertain. Like, I actually heard Jeff Stelling talking on this station, saying that he found it boring, and I thought Mikel Arteta doesn't have any responsibility to entertain Jeff Stelling. Like, he doesn't have to entertain anyone else. From an Arsenal fan's perspective, winning is entertaining in itself, and football isn't about entertaining. Football is about winning, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to discuss it.
No, of course, and I think for us, as long as we get the points and we get over the line, that's the main thing. I also think people are almost, thinking too early. It's still very early in the season, but also trying to aim for a Champions League plus a Premier League is too much for this stage. I think if it came down to the last 2 months of the season and we had to pick, if we're playing a full squad or a full front 11 against a big team in the Premier League, we should focus on that because averages always win. I don't think the both competitions should be a priority right now.
So what do you prioritise?
Just getting over the line in one of the two.
Yeah.
And, staying injury-free and, having this winning mentality and having some of the bigger teams in the league finding us daunting when we arrive or when they come to Emirates.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Jamie, obviously, when you were playing, did you ever think that there's anything in that mentality? Like, some fans, they'll say, we'd be better off if we got launched out of the League Cup, or we'd be better off if we didn't bother with the FA Cup. Like, I don't really subscribe to that mentality at all. Winning silverware, all silverware is precious, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think players like to have momentum. Players like to, have, games all the time. They want to focus on games. I loved when the team's in everything, because it just instills a confidence in the team. Do you know, like, you don't want to ever really, no, I don't want to be in this one. No, you're in it. You want to win it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and it gives you the opportunity to change players as well and rotate squad, and players can have a rest. But I think it builds a mentality within the club that, you know, winning means everything. And I think if you say, I don't want to be in it, or I don't really fancy it, I think it can just make you a bit soft.
Yeah.
And I don't think Arsenal are that at the moment. Ben, thanks for your call. We're going to hear from Vito Pereira next. I want to hear from some Wolves fans. You've got 2 points from 10 games. I mean, this is absolutely disgraceful from the football club right now. And Vito Pereira, who signed a new contract at the start of the season, is surely on his way out. And what do you need to do? Just, can you survive? 03 717 22 3344. You're listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, and Rory Jennings taking your calls. 03 717 22 3344. We will get to EFL action. Southampton got beat again. I don't know what on earth is going on at that football club, but Will still seems to be in big problems. I know there's some Southampton fans who like phoning in. I want to hear from you. But Premier League action as well. Vito Pereira's Wolves, they lost again this time away to Fulham, meaning it's now 2 points from 10 to start the season. You'll hear from Vitor in a moment, but let's first hear from Fulham manager Marco Silva on the stick his fellow Portuguese compatriot is facing.
To be honest, myself, I love this competition. I love English football. I love everything that is around Premier League. I live my job every single moment. I love it. I can mention something that I really don't like when I feel it, when it was not with me, but I felt it like it was with me. And it's not because Vitor is Portuguese, because if he's another manager there on my side, I'm going to feel. I think it's not something that no one wins nothing with that, okay? But it's okay. You cannot love everything. You have always the 1% there, one thing that you don't love, but all the other things that I love in this football, okay, I have to forget that 1%.
I understand, because if I'm not proud with what we did today, for sure they will not. I must accept, because they are frustrated. I'm frustrated too. I'm suffering because is my work, and I do my best every time, as I did the last season. But today, as I said to you, technically, physically, and tactically, we didn't play in our level. It means that they come here to support us. Thanks for them. And in the end, I understand the frustration.
Yeah, Marco Silva and then Vitor Pereira speaking. Look, he's having a nightmare, isn't he, Vitor Pereira? And the fans have gone. They've turned, and
Jamie,
there's no way back.
Jamie, I've just looked it up. I'm looking at it right now, right? The 26th of April was the last time Vitor Pereira and Wolves won. That's 14 games ago, 189 days ago was the last time they won a game of football. 189 days ago was the last time Wolverhampton Wanderers won a game of football. Now, whatever you think about Vitor Pereira, and on some level I rate him quite highly. I like him. He seemed like a character, and Wolves fans were really into him at one point.
Yeah, I know.
Even if you like him and rate him, this has gone stale, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he can't find a win.
No.
It's just over. 189 days ago was their last victory. Like, at what point do you draw the line? Like, at what point do you draw the line? 189. I was a completely different person back then. Like, it's ages ago. I barely remember it.
Yeah. I feel for him. I do feel for him, but I feel for the fact that they're going out there at the moment and they just don't know how to get a result, do they? They don't know how to win a game. They're terrible. You're getting beat 3-0.
Yeah. Also, the game's over after 10 minutes.
Of course.
This is the problem. Like, they're not even in the game. No. They're not even in the game. It's gone stale. It's effectively over. So for them to have any chance of surviving, and to be totally frank with you, mate, I don't think they can. But for them to have any chance of surviving, they just need to do something different. And Vitor Pereira isn't the man to give them something different.
The problem is, though, Rory, and I say this, and I say it time and time again, eventually the Premier League will catch up with you. You see it with Southampton. You sell your best players, you go down eventually, right? Wolves, for the last 3 or 4 seasons that I can remember, sold their best players every season, let them go. Every season it happens, and they've survived, and fair play. But eventually it'll catch up with you.
It's unsustainable, isn't it? It's unsustainable. Sell your best players.
You can't, unless you've got the project that Brighton have, where they keep finding gems. They have things lined up. They know that Casado's going to go eventually. Yeah. So we'll find Baleba. We'll have one lined up. He's one that we're going to lose. We'll accept it. We'll let him go, but we'll have one lined up. Wolves haven't done that. They've never had that. That's not their mentality. So eventually the players go. And this is why you got 2 points from 10 games.
Yeah. No. It feels like they're over and out, doesn't it? It feels like they're over.
There's no way back from.
No,
because they can't buy themselves out of trouble in January, and they ain't got the players to get them out of trouble. I don't see a star player in their team.
No.
Let them all go.
No, and it's just a pitiful approach. Like I say today, they're playing Fulham. It's a must-win game on some level. Playing Fulham away from home is one of their most important games of the season. They just weren't up for it. 10 minutes into the game, it's game over.
Yeah, it's an absolute disaster class from them right now. We're going to continue taking calls. Wolves fans, if you want to have your say on what's gone on there, I'm sure they're down in the dumps at the moment. It's terrible atmosphere, home and away for them. Let's go to Daryl. He's a Nottingham Forest fan. Daryl.
Evening, how you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, Daryl. How are you?
Good. Yeah, not bad. Thank you very much.
Are you fuming with the goal?
Oh, I mean, a couple of things with it. Yeah, I think the United caller that you had on just before the break, he's more concerned about it than me, I think, wanting to have a photo of it. Probably give him a photo from Cundy's phone or something like that. I think that'll help him.
Yeah, he made it our responsibility. He went to me, you show me a picture.
I can't believe
you're not doing it. Don't worry.
And we have got a picture, Daryl. So we are going to show. I think it was Greg. Yeah. We're going to show him it on because I think he's watching on YouTube. So we're going to put it up on YouTube, and he can see it. But the ball's not out. The ball's got to be fully out.
I was in the Trent end, so it was close to it, and the linesman and the ref have had an absolute shocker. There's no two ways about it.
But Daryl, here's
everyone's right.
Here's the thing, though, and I agree with you. It shouldn't have been a corner, but it was a corner, and the ball goes dead. Right? You just get back in. And you have the opportunity to defend the set piece. And I know everyone says set pieces this season, they're a problem and, the people are scoring. But defend the corner, do you know?
100% agree with that. And that's the thing,
the 6-yard box, got free header.
Yeah. I think Deitch was right as well. We've had it last week. We've had it this week. But 100% agree with when the ball's dead then, defend the corner. But we need to work on that because I think you can tell in the ground, as soon as United got a corner, you could feel the tension. Everyone's kind of knows that, we're not great with it. So we've got to deal better with that. But other than that, I'm happy with the point. I'll take that. United are in form. But the main thing, obviously, forget the corner side to it. That's going to be the talking point. But for me, I wanted to say that about Anderson. Elliot Anderson, Jordi Maradona is just pure class. Unbelievably good.
Great player. And do you know what? As much as you've said it there, Daryl, do you know who definitely agrees with you? Thomas Tuchel.
Go on.
Thomas Tuchel. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that he'll be going to the World Cup and actually starting for England. I do agree. Although, do you know what, Daryl? Everything that we said, and I do understand why you'd be a bit disappointed today. The conversation that we just had, Jamie and I, there about Wolverhampton Wanderers, you must feel the opposite of that. You've made a change, a decisive change in your manager, and you've seen an elevation. You've seen an immediate improvement. A point against Manchester United, particularly in these circumstances, isn't a bad point. And although you sit in the relegation zone, you're going to be fine, aren't you?
I think so, yeah. I'm confident with that. And the atmosphere in the ground, everything's changed. I've been to all the games and, the Porto game, I know it was European night, Dyche's first game. The atmosphere was brilliant. And, it's been the same again today with it, even though when United scored, the fans got behind the team again. So everything feels different. Yeah, I'm confident for the season. I think we'll be fine anyway, so.
All right. Daryl, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Keep them coming in. Let's take a look at the latest odds in the 5:30 game. All thanks to Betfair.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Yes, currently Tottenham 0, Chelsea 1. Spurs to win is 9-1. The draw is 3-1. Chelsea to win is 5-2 on. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Another chance for Chelsea. Spurs can't find themselves back in the game. We've got team news coming up as well as Liverpool will be playing Aston Villa live on talkSPORT. That's coming your way next. Yeah, you are listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, and Rory Jennings. Keep your calls coming in 03717 22 3344. But let's get an update from Spurs v Chelsea. Will Hobbs.
Yes, Garnacho is on the edge of the box. 56 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Spurs 0, but he cuts it back and it's just behind Pedro Neto, and Vicario gathers it after João Pedro headers it goal. As Kevin Danso's looked particularly shaky in the second half. He's picked up an early yellow card and then was bumped off the ball by João Pedro very recently. But his long throw reminded us of Chelsea's vulnerability, because it very nearly landed on a plate for Bentancur when Fofana mistimed his jump, but it didn't quite drop. A few minutes ago, Enzo Fernandez should have made it 2-0 when he headed over from a handful of yards out. It continues to bubble. More goals and more cards are almost certain. 57 minutes gone nearly. Spurs 0, Chelsea 1.
If you're watching on YouTube or your smart TV, you'll be able to see the incident in the Forest Man United game today. The ball is obviously the big talking point about it going out for a corner. Sean Dyche wasn't happy about it. The referee, or the lino, gives it. And then Manchester United score from the corner. Greg was watching, and he said he wanted a picture. So we gave him one because we know he's watching the YouTube now. So we'll get Greg on and see if he's changed his mind in just a moment. But let's discuss some of the main topics of the day, all thanks to Betfair.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Yeah, when we're done at 7:30, Natalie Sawyer hosts live and exclusive commentary, Liverpool v Aston Villa, and Adam Bridge is the team news.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. And what a game it is as well here at Anfield. Liverpool, of course, have lost their last 4 Premier League games against an Aston Villa side. Quite the opposite. They're banging form. They've won their last 4 as well. Talk of a crisis around Anfield and a certain tension in the air this evening, particularly after that midweek defeat against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup as well. Won't surprise you, there's 9 changes from Wednesday night, 3 changes from last weekend's defeat at the hands of Brentford. Andy Robertson starts his first Premier League game of the season in place of Kirkes, who's amongst the substitutes. Florian Wirtz is out as well, and we know already that Curtis Jones was injured. There is a return for Ryan Gravenberch. He's missed the last 3 games. He's back, and McAllister starts too. So it's Mamadashvili in goal, Bradley, Van Dijk, Konate and Robertson across the back. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and McAllister in midfield, with Salah, Gakpo and Ekitike up top for Liverpool. As for Aston Villa, just the one change from that terrific win last Sunday against Manchester City. Emi Buendia was substituted in the opening 45 minutes with an injury. Gusson comes in to replace him today in an otherwise unchanged side. Martinez is in goal. It's Cash, Konsa, Pau and Digne across the back. Kamara and Onana in midfield, with McGinn, Rodgers and Gusson supporting Ollie Watkins up top. Himself in a bit of a goal drought, just 1 in his last 11 Premier League games. The former Liverpool midfielder Charlie Adam will be alongside me and Natalie. Kickoffs at 8 and we're live from 7:30.
All right, thanks, Adam. Yeah, huge, big game this one for Liverpool and Aston Villa, but Liverpool need a result, Rory.
Yeah, I think we can probably say, look, their title credentials, the dream for them of retaining a Premier League title, which, you know, they haven't retained a league title since the mid to early 80s. 84 was the last time that they won a league and retained it. So they'll be desperate to do it, and I think that their chances of doing that are like hanging by a thread.
I think if they lose tonight, I think it's over for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some would argue that it's over anyway, but they simply have to win today to have a chance. Not an easy game, but it's the kind of game that they need, because if they win it, it's a statement of victory. You beat Unai Emery's team in this form, it is a big victory.
Yeah. Big day, and we'll keep you across that one on talkSPORT. Greg, the Man United fan, he phoned us up earlier. He wasn't happy. He said the ball was out. He's been watching on the YouTube. He's seen the picture. Greg, you changed your mind?
Completely.
Say that again, Greg. Sorry, I can't hear you. Go on.
Running down the bottom of this three, so it's not that great to look at. It does look as though a slight bit of the outside of the ball is on the line.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you've got 9/10 of the ball is out anyway.
But are you convinced now that the whole ball is not out?
Well, about 1/10 of the ball is back, put in the line.
So it's not out?
Well,
Well, I don't know who makes the rules. To me, that. Come on. You've got 9 cents to the ball that's over the line. Well, why do they say that? Because
the whole ball's got to be out, Greg. That's the rule.
I'm gutted this line isn't stronger. I am gutted this line isn't stronger. We got to get him
Greg,
back.
sort your line
I want to know, is he ready to concede? I'm going to respect it
Greg,
if he says no.
Phone us back, Greg, because your line's no good, mate.
Well, what about the corner that Nottingham Forest got?
We're not talking about that, Greg. We're talking about you being convinced. You wanted a picture. We give you one.
Yeah, don't say we don't do anything for you either. You wanted a picture. You told us, you demanded that we provide you with one, and we have.
Okay, I admit if that centre of the ball is on the line, that's...
So we were correct.
He talks about the Forest corner that they couldn't have had. You can't just admit it. It's basically, over the season, it's swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah, Greg, listen, we'll let you go, mate, because your line's no good, but I'm glad we got to the bottom of it, that the ball is still in. Let's go to Jason. He's a Man United fan. Jace?
Yeah, how are you, mate? You all right?
I'm all right, Jace. I'm all right. Look, what do you make of Man United?
This corner, they keep going on about this corner, yeah. Okay, it was slightly not out, but the corner got given. What Dice needs to be more concerned about is the fact that 4 players didn't jump, mate. There was 4 players and a keeper there. There was only Euro and Casemiro who jumped for it, you know what I mean?
I agree with you on that. 100%.
As far as United, though, to be honest, mate, what I've seen today is we've got our wing backs. One's an attacker, one's a defender, and it shows when they're in the opposite half of the field. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Stallone can defend, Ahmad can attack. All the way round, they're not great. And one thing I will say, Jamie, and I'm probably going to get slated for this, mate, after everything we've been through as United fans. I'm not 100% about that keeper, mate. He's not come off his line once, I don't think.
Your keeper?
Honestly, yes.
I've just got.
There's just little doubts creeping in, Jay. It's like, I'm not 100% about that. I didn't want to say it. I said it to my brother today, and he's like, I'll give over. It's like, I know, but there's just something about him. It feels good. It feels better. It feels safer, but I'm not.
Yeah, but Jason, all those words that you've just used there, like, look, whether he's ultimately the answer, whether he's going to be a Van der Sar Schmeichel clone, isn't really the point. You use the word safer, better. Like, that is exactly the kind of thing that you needed, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
I agree with you about the fullbacks, though, by the way. I agree. Like Diallo scored an amazing goal, but I thought he was going to be hooked. He was having a terrible game.
Yeah, he's capable of that. And you've seen him at Liverpool last week. He missed the volley. Okay, it's an hard thing to do, but he does. When he's in the attacking half, he's just not that. The wing back, the going forward wing back. And as far as Jamie. When you're talking about Simmons and you paid 55, 60 mil for him and he's winding you up.
Yeah.
What about paying 82 for Anthony, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, I know, I hear you, mate. But I feel like that's what we've signed. I feel like we've signed. I feel like we've signed an Anthony. Yeah. I can't believe how bad Simmons is. He's terrible.
Anthony started fine. He started good. He got a goal, and then it's like
he hasn't even started. Xavi Simmons.
Woeful.
He hasn't even started.
I know. He was linked with pretty much everyone in the pre-season, but yeah, he's not the best, is he? But yeah, United today, I don't think we woke up for the first 20 minutes, to be honest.
You had the chance to go second, though. I mean, like, when you think about the stick that Amarim's had, all right, you get a draw and you get a point, but actually, it could have been amazing for you, really, today.
I'm happy, but and there was a lad on earlier on who says Sesko never got one chance created for him. He got put through on a one-on-one and messed it up, you know what I mean? He had a heavy touch. Centre forwards at United, we don't usually, look at Haaland for the last, whatever his name is, for the last 2 years, you know what I mean? We don't seem to, I don't know what it is with United, we don't seem to feed the centre forward that much. It's just been a thing that's been happening for a while. But on the whole, mate, happy. Right. It was just about that. Defend the corner. The corner happened, defend it.
Jace, right, thanks, mate. Top man. Thanks for your call. Brilliant call. That was a look at some of the main topics of the day, all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus, we go with dog.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Let's get an update on the Scottish League Cup semi-final. Paul Mitchell.
Motherwell 0, St Mirren 2. Mikel Mandron's goal after 25 minutes started the scoring on his 100th appearance for St Mirren, the ex-Motherwell man, putting it to his former employees. And a terrific goal, Dan Lunduru, after 40 minutes. Little touch inside the D, and boy did he spin a hammer at home past Callum Ward. The pattern of the second half, pretty much like the first. Motherwell are playing some pretty football. They've got more possession. St Mirren slightly more direct. And at the moment, St Mirren not really creating chances in the second half, but Motherwell being kept at bay. We've got a quarter of the match to go. It's Motherwell 0, St Mirren 2.
Right, keep your calls coming in. You want to have your say on your team's performance today? 03 717 22 3344. Yeah, you're listening to the Game Day phone on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie, I'm Rory, Jennings. Let's get straight to Will Hobbs, because there was a big moment in the game. Could have been a red card. I want your say on it, Will.
I think it really should have been, to be honest, Jamie. Jared Gillett has reffed this like a neutral fan. In some ways, he's done well because he's let the game flow and he's tried to avoid giving cards at all costs. But Enzo Fernandez was given a yellow card for a challenge on Mickey van der Ven, which looked like far more. It was a studs-up challenge, a raking one that sort of made contact just slightly halfway above his shin, to be honest, Jamie. So halfway up the shin, on the sort of side of the leg. It was extended. Van der Ven was down. Fernandez was booked. We thought it might be being checked by VAR, but it's just
Will,
a yellow card.
It's a red card. It's a red card, Will. It's a disgusting decision from the referee. He sees it.
I agree,
he's 5 yards away from it. I can't believe he doesn't give it.
No, I had to agree on
and
second
how's
viewing,
VAR
Jamie,
not gone and had a look at it, Will? I can't believe they don't give a red card.
I'm not sure. But to be fair, Jamie, I mean, on the other side, it doesn't excuse what Fernandes did. But Bentancur, I think, was very lucky in the first half with his challenge on Reece James. There's been two big sort of public melees in this game where a group of above 10 players have come together in feistiness and pushing each other and grabbing each other's shirts. One for the Bentancur one, and he was probably lucky to get away with that. Enzo Fernandez, very lucky to get away with his challenge on Van der Ven.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, I quite like a tackle like that. I think that there's room in a London derby. You know, Tottenham are our biggest rival. There's a room in a derby for that sort of like feisty, heavy challenge. But there's no doubt that a referee could easily be taking action there. And I'm amazed he didn't go over to VAR.
I'm amazed the VAR haven't said to him. I'm guessing they're looking at it saying, if it's not a clear and obvious one, he is standing 5 yards away from the tackle.
No, that's the thing. The referee has been slightly cowardly there because the referee has got like the perfect view. He's got the perfect view of the situation. And he chose to give a yellow card.
It's a bad decision.
Bad decision.
Yeah, all right, we'll come back to it. It is 1-0 Chelsea. Keep your calls coming in. We've got live and exclusive coverage of Liverpool v Aston Villa following us from 7:30. Then Jason Cundy and Dean Saunders are going to be here to take your calls from 10 p.m. on the Sports Bar Weekender. Right now, though, we're continuing to take your calls on a bumper Saturday of Premier League action.
Getting down the right wing, they could get a cross in to score a second. They have scored a second.
Blackburn Rovers 2 up, and that game looks dead and buried. You're not fit to wear the shirts echoes out around the King Power Stadium.
Dumbia gets away down the right-hand side. As Barr missed a header, but it worked for Dumbia. Goes for goal! Fantastic goal! Wowee! Watford are 3 up.
Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester United 1, but it's hugely controversial because it's come from a corner that Forest think should not have been awarded.
Burnley 0, Arsenal 2, and it's Declan Rice with the header. It's all that Arsenal deserve, I have to say. They've been so in command in this game, and they deserve to be 2 goals up.
Fulham 3, Wolves 0. More misery for the visitors. Mosquera with an own goal.
Far too easy. Brighton 3, Leeds 0. Diego Gomez with his second of the afternoon.
It's unbelievable. It's Nottingham Forest 2, Manchester United 1. They have scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. Savannah arriving from close range to score. Unbelievable turnaround.
Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 0. The hosts doubled their advantage. And guess what? It's from a long throw-in. It's an own goal in the end.
Nottingham Forest 2, Manchester United 2, all square again. What a goal. Ahmed Diallo has struck sensationally home to equalise for Manchester United.
Yeah, loads to go at. We've got to go back to the Spurs stadium because Thomas Frank has just subbed the sub. Will?
Yeah, Javi Simons, he came on after about 6 minutes because of that Bergvall head injury, and he is off. So Wilson Erdebird back from injury. Erdebird is on, and Brennan Johnson is also on. Chelsea have had 2 good chances since you've last spoken to me. Reece James flashing over the bar and Pedro Neto stinging the palms of Vicario. I cannot believe we're still 11 on 11 here. Cucurella is now down. A yellow card has been shown.
Will?
And, oh my goodness, it's not going to end 11v11, Jamie, I'm sure.
Will, how did the fans react to Javi Simons getting subbed off? Because I've been moaning about him. You've obviously heard me. He's been terrible.
Now, I've heard you and I've heard the fans behind me. I think that to give credit to Javi Simons, defensively he's been tracking back, but every player on the park has been given that extra edge. And some of his sliding challenges when he's been recovering have been decent. In terms of creativity, he really hasn't offered anything, Jamie. He's been given the ball and he's given the odd simple pass, but he's given it away a number of times. And it just feels like, you think about Eberechi Eze, who was on the verge of joining Spurs, and it just seems like Simons is kind of the backup to that Eze. And Eze's probably watching this game going, I'm pretty glad I chose Arsenal, to be honest, because Simons, he's not got much to work with, but when he has got the ball, he really hasn't had any ideas, and the frustration is growing and growing and growing around Javi Simons. No goals and 1 assist from 12 games this season.
Yeah, all right, well, thanks for that. We'll get back to you if anything happens. It's not looking good at the moment for Javi Simons.
It's looking great, I would say. No, it's not looking good for Javi Simons. No, it really isn't. It's a mugging off, isn't it? The sub in the sub.
Yeah, it's a
statement.
As a player,
it's a statement.
That's the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, it brought you on, and they decided that out of everybody that's still on, it was a mistake to bring you on. Yeah. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I've made an error here, and it's not going to make me look great, but I'm still going to do it anyway. I'm going to pull you off. I'm going to hook the sub.
Yeah.
Bad look.
It's a bad look for Simmons. Not looking good for him at the moment. But he has to up his game. He is so far off it. Like the fact that he's an international football player who's played it in big moments in his career, and he's putting in performances that he don't even look.
But he doesn't look like he's on it. Do you know what?
Doesn't even look like he's got any pace, and his touch is off.
And also,
his little flicks with his passing.
There was a moment here as well when I just thought he went down. He went down looking for a foul. And he looked at the ref, and it looked genuine. It looked like a genuine plea for a foul. And I just thought he is so not in tune with the English game. Because what he was asking for a foul is never a foul. It's never going to be given.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you expecting here? You know, and nobody else has stopped. None of your teammates are appealing for the foul, and you're just sitting on the floor with your arms in the air.
Yeah.
Like he's really got to get his head down, because this is a bad day at the office for him, regardless of how this game goes from here. Once you're the sub that's been subbed, you've got some real explaining to do to the fans and the club that spent a lot of money on you.
Yeah. Okay. Southampton lost again in the Championship 2-0. At home. The recently relegated side, 21st manager Will Still has been asked what he has to do to keep his job.
I think just keep working. I think they can see the work that we put in on the training ground, how many meetings we do, how many videos we do, what actually goes on behind the scenes. But I don't have any control of what they're thinking or what they're deciding. I can just do my best, and I think everyone knows that it's a tricky situation, and like I just said, not an instant fix. So you've got to stick together. It's a really, really dark and difficult place where we are right now, but we've just got to stand up and fight, and we haven't done that enough.
Will Still is having an absolute nightmare at Southampton.
Terrible, isn't it? I mean, Southampton themselves, when you think about that club, think about what they've been through. Like, they're one of the most pitiful performances in the Premier League, and I've just seen a stat about them. Since they played the playoff final in May 2024, they've played 51 league games.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 4.
No, they haven't.
They have. They've won 4. They have. They've won 4 league games in 51 league games. Out of the 51 league games that they've played since they were promoted in May 2024, they have won 4 games.
Oh my God!
And but this is what happens when you approach dodgy managers and commit to them. Like, it was so clear that Russell Martin was out of his depth. It was so clear when Russell Martin was doing press conferences, telling us that they played well when they hadn't touched the ball, talking about possession stats and XG and whatever else. It was so clear that he wasn't suited to the Premier League, and they persevered with him.
Yeah.
And now they're in a terrible situation.
Yeah. Let's go to Richard. He's a Southampton fan. All right, Rich. Rich.
Hello, buddy. You all right?
I'm all right, Rich. You've just heard Rory there talk about you've only won 4 games in 51 league games since you got promoted. I mean, I'm going to give it the old Mick McCarthy one. It can't go on like this.
It can.
So you just played a little clip of his Will Still interview. I mean, Jamie, going back to your playing days, if that was your manager after you're in where we are, how would you get motivated after that? The lettuce I cook at work's got more life in it than that. Like, Jesus Christ, like, I ring up most Saturdays, me and Emily, back and forth from Cornwall, every game, but that was just shocking, like, and then he thinks, hold on, we're 1-0 down, we need a goal. We've been bloody Damien Downs on. I don't think he'll make the bench of quite a lot of grassroots teams.
4 wins in 16 since Will Still took over. Do you think he should be sacked?
Rich has hung up on me.
He's hung up on me. He's hung up on me.
We lost him.
Not the only one.
I think he's got to get sacked.
He's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go. He's not cut out for it. You can see it very quickly. It's a very particular man that can be a manager.
There was a lot of talk about him doing well, though, wasn't there? Like, he had a decent.
He became fashionable, didn't it? It became this kind of fashionable thing in the way that people like these project managers now, and they like managers that have a philosophy. But I just don't get it. It's one of my pet hates in football. Managers that have got a great track record, the likes of Martin O'Neill, the likes of Tony Pulis, the likes of Sam Allardyce, the likes of Sean Dyche. People are so sneery to those sorts of managers.
Yeah.
Those sorts of managers know more about football than Russell Martin could ever dream of. And yet people, hipsters in football, will tell you that Russell Martin has a philosophy and a particular way of playing, and you've got to admire it. It's nonsense. Winning games of football is your responsibility as a manager, nothing else. And when you get managers that come out and they talk to the press after a game and they gaslight the press, they gaslight the fans into believing that they're doing something that they aren't doing. Find ways to win. Nobody's interested in your philosophy. You know, he's like, go and write a book if you want to do that. Win games of football if you want to be a manager.
We got Richard back to answer your question. Richard, Rory, before we lost you, he said, should he be sacked, Will Steele?
100%. I mean, Sports Republic, to be fair, you know, they've made shocker after shocker. But where do you draw the line? Because we got rid of Ralph because apparently he wasn't performing. Then Russell Martin, they stuck with him too long in the Prem, but he was a great Championship manager. And then obviously we're bouncing around names left, right, and centre, and we took a punt on Will Steele.
All right, Rich. Yeah.
Where'd you go from here? Have you got anyone in mind? Have you got anyone in mind, Rich?
Luton away, League One next year. Is where we go.
Yeah,
Fair
point.
You know, one question for you though: do you think Wolves will beat our tally in the Premiership?
It's not looking good for them right now.
Yeah, they can't get such a low
I'm
tally.
I'm going to put my head on the block here because where we sit in Northern, they will kill me next week. I'd probably take Ralph back at this rate, just as the end of the year, the end of the season.
Yeah. I thought he didn't do that bad. I didn't think, Ralph. I mean, I know he had a couple of stinkers, but eventually he wanted rid of him. But I actually thought there was some times when it usually looked all right under him.
Yeah, 100%. There's a couple of lads there today who said they'd even take Russell Martin back. I mean, when you look at that team, no, I know we shut them down. But when you look at that team, it is still his team. They go left, they go right, they go backwards, they run forward, stop, turn around, and knock it back to McCarthy. I mean, Will still comes out and says on the training ground you should see it. It's phenomenal. Well, where? Yeah. You haven't got 20-odd thousand fans in front of you. You know, with me and Ems, we paid probably today's 14 hours on the road and probably best part of 150 quid for a home match with the fuel and everything else. I mean, at least give us something to clap or shout about.
Giving you nothing at the moment, Rich. Thanks for your call. There's been a goal at Hampden. Paul Mitchell.
The semi-final has been brought back to life. Callum Henry has scored for the first time as a Motherwell player. Great play from Reagan Charles-Cook, and Tom Sparrow squared it across for Callum Henry to score. 3 substitutes combining as Motherwell have scored at the other end. The ball loops into the net. 5 minutes to play at Hampden. St Mirren have regained a 2-goal advantage. It's Motherwell 1, St Mirren 3.
Yeah, might be game over. Right, keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 3344. hold on a minute. The game ain't over yet.
Oh, it's over.
Right,
It's over.
The game
it's over
is
before
not
it begun,
over.
O'Hara. It's Chelsea against Tottenham. It was over before it begun.
Let's get over to Will Hobbs and see what's going on.
Factually speaking, it's not over. 87 minutes gone, but it's still Spurs 0, Chelsea 1. Spurs have rolled the dice, and so they should. Lots of subs on. Richarlison on, Romero, Johnson and Udogie, but nothing significant created. The only goal of the game, of course, after 34 minutes, João Pedro ending his 8-game scoring drought after he was gifted the ball by Van der Ven. Caicedo burgled it off him, and then he slipped it to João Pedro. Plenty of incident, plenty of feistiness, not too much quality for a derby of this calibre. Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez have been excellent in midfield, but Spurs lacking. Lucky not to lose Bentancur in the first half. Even luckier, Enzo Fernandez not to get shown a red card for a challenge on João Paulinho. Not long left, 88 minutes gone. Spurs 0, Chelsea 1 again.
Yeah, we'll get back to Will. It's not looking good for Spurs, though. Never. We've been really poor at home.
Home form, terrible, isn't it?
Oh, mate, we're so bad at home. We're not a great side. We started all right. We got organised with Thomas Frank, but we are seriously lacking quality all over the pitch. There's been another goal, though. Hampden, Paul Mitchell.
And the goal has come for St Mirren. Another goal for Mikel Mandron, scoring in the last minute of normal time. The goal has survived an offside check. They're now checking for a possible foul. I've seen it back, and it'd be harsh if it's ruled out. We're into 7 minutes of added on time. As it stands, if this goal stands, it will be St Mirren 4, Motherwell 1, but the referee is going to go to the screen to check it, so it might revert back to 3-1. Certainly St Mirren look like they're going to be heading back to Hampden for the final next month.
OK, let's look ahead now to tomorrow's Premier League action with Sky Sports.
Stay ahead of the game on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now, like Man City versus Bournemouth live tomorrow. Search Now Sports, 18 plus, stream via internet, terms apply.
Yeah, big game still to come over the weekend. West Ham v Newcastle, Man City v Bournemouth. Look, just on West Ham, Rory.
Crisis. They are in crisis. You know, sometimes we talk about, are they in a blip? Are they having a slump? Are they in crisis? You could have that conversation about Liverpool, right? Where are they?
Yeah.
West Ham United are undoubtedly in crisis. They haven't picked up a single point at home, and now they've got the arduous task of beating Newcastle United.
Good side.
Good side. Yeah. Good side. Good manager.
Yeah.
Eddie had good manager. You know, it's going to be so tough for West Ham. Look. I totally appreciate that Newcastle have their own struggles on the road, right? They're not scoring. They're not free scoring away from home.
Yeah.
But I think Newcastle are going to make light work of West Ham.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Man City v Bournemouth. Look, Bournemouth are a good side.
Six-pointer.
Yeah, it's a massive game.
Six-pointer at the top of the league.
You know, Bournemouth obviously started the season unbelievable. They got, for me, Semenyo is one of the best players in the league. I love him to bits. Done a great job they have there. Man City, though, if they have any ambition of keeping up with Arsenal, they have to win this game.
I completely agree. If they are to even be in a title race, if they're to launch a serious bid to win the league, I'm not even saying that they can win it, but if they to even be in the conversation, they just have to find a way to beat Bournemouth, which won't be easy, because you know how you've highlighted Semenyo and you love watching him. I think Andone Iraola is the governor. But I think Bournemouth's manager is the next cab off the rank. I think he's going to be the manager of like a top club. And when I say top, I mean he could easily end up at Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Manchester United. I think he's that level manager.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real head-to-head, and I'm not even sure what way I see it going. I can see it's a crazy thing to say, isn't it, when you think about the size of Bournemouth Football Club, what they represent, all the players that they lost last summer. But I can see Bournemouth at least getting a point against City.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think Man City need to go and win the game. I'm not sure what Man City are. Sometimes I watch them, I'm like, they're a class act.
Haaland team, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I watch them against Aston Villa, and they didn't look like they had enough. Like the old Man City that I watched would go and win that game and get something from it, and they'd dominate, and they had a bit more about them. But look, they've got top players and they've got Haaland, but I think they need to just have. I don't know if they need a. I feel like they need a bit of Newcastle about them.
Yeah.
You know, like in terms of like physicality and a bit. You know, they're a nice team. They
bully
move
your way
it
to victory. Bully your way to victory. You've got to do that
because we're seeing Arsenal do it, right? You know, they're not necessarily playing Harlem Globetrotter football, Arsenal, but they're efficient. You know, and they get wins and they fight and they're solid and they're physical. I don't know if Man City are quite that. So I think that's where they need to be better. We'll see. It's a big game. I think Newcastle win. I think Man City win. That would be my take on it. But well, it's all to play for. Arsenal are flying high at the top of the table. That was a look ahead to tomorrow's Premier League action. Don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like West Ham v Newcastle and Man City v Bournemouth live tomorrow. Search Now Sports.
Stay ahead of the game on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now, like Man City versus Bournemouth live tomorrow. Search Now Sports. 18 plus. Stream via internet. Terms apply.
Right, let's go to Will. He's a Chelsea fan. All right, Will.
Are you all right, guys? How you doing?
I'm all right, Will. You're phoning us up. There's still 4 minutes left. Don't be getting too chirpy.
Will knows he's in the bag.
No, I'm phoning up because I'm nervous. Listen, I don't think we've played that well today. I know we have, like in some areas we've lost the midfield. But listen, and I'm not trying to have a go at you, Jamie O'Hara, but your team have been so off it today.
Terrible.
It's been mental. I mean, how many times have we won the ball back? Caicedo has been insane, and Enzo. Don't get me wrong, but I still
absolute sitter.
I still think we're lacking creativity. I don't know about you guys. And Rory, why are we not starting Esteval?
No, I completely agree. I mean, the argument would be because he's a young kid who you need to protect. But on some level, I'm with you, mate. I think that you throw him in the deep end. I think he's a superstar in the making.
Do you know
and he would thrive.
Do you know what's worrying, though, is you ain't been brilliant today,
No.
Chelsea. You've done well. But we've been yes. At home.
Yes.
Been so off it.
How Chelsea are not 3 or 4-0 up, I don't know. I mean, I cannot. They've missed 2 1-on-1s in the last 30 seconds. It's unbelievable. Let's go to Will Hobbs.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. Jamie Gittins wasn't even a one-on-one. It was pretty much an open goal, and he blazed it over from about 8 yards. Then it broke to João Pedro to get his second of the game. He could have had 4 tonight, but he somehow found the outstretched Vicario rather than the bottom corner. Chelsea, many chances to close this one out. Spurs not really offering anything towards the end. They look very deflated. 2 minutes of added time remaining. It looks to be Chelsea's, but it's not over just yet. Spurs 0, Chelsea 1.
Yeah, I mean, this is not looking good for Spurs. Another home defeat coming our way. We're going to take full time. I'm sure me and Rory have a little bit of a reaction from it as well. Will, thanks for your call. Let's go to James. He's an Arsenal fan. Actually, let's go to Trevor. He's a Tottenham fan. He's phoned us up, Trev.
Hi, Jamie. I'm just left the ground on my way.
Yeah,
honestly, got a bit...
Trev, it's bad, mate. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for us right now.
We give the ball away all the time. We can't string 2 passes together. If you look at Xavi's very, very weak. You've got Kudos, who I think is a great player. But at the end of the day, he keeps going round in circles. He needs to throw the ball in the box a lot quicker than he does.
Mate, we're terrible. What about Xavi Simons, Trev? I don't know what you thought of his performance today. He got dragged. He come on as a sub.
I think he should have been hooked at half time.
No, but come on after 6 minutes. And I said the same thing.
And I would have taken him off after 45 minutes.
It was terrible.
The goal he gave away.
Trev, I can't believe how bad he gives the ball away for the goal. He gives the ball away every time he gets it. He's got no pace. He's got no sharpness. He carries the ball, too far. He's like a kid playing.
I 100% agree with what you said. I thought that exactly the same. He just can't get into a position to have a shot or when
Nothing.
he makes his pass.